Hello, Dr. Lego fans. This is me, Dr. Lego Man, bringing you another episode of the Random Pod, which is continuing on from last week on Doctor Who spin-offs or related spin-offs. Now, this is Wizards vs. Aliens, which, funny enough, was only started because Sarah Jane Adventures ended because of the unfortunate death of Elizabeth Sladen. Because Russell T Davies and Phil Ford, who does this, and Sarah Jane Adventures, was wondering how to stop Sarah Jane Adventures and start this, and unfortunately Elizabeth Sladen died, and that was already happened instead of a nice series finale or an hour-long special. But then this came about, which was Wizards vs. Aliens. And when I first heard this, I genuinely thought it was going to be one of those kids shows you find on Disney XD. But it wasn't. It was basically Wizards vs. as it says, Wizards vs. Aliens. The Necros, which are the aliens, come to Earth, which is the last place of magic, to take magic. And basically the story focuses on Lexi and Varg and the King, and Tom and Ursula, which are the wizards, Michael and Benny, which aren't wizards, and Randall Moon, who's their trusty little hobgoblin. And Series 3 is starting tomorrow on Monday, and Series 3 is quite interesting because Lexi is now a human, and Varg is married now, and we're not sure about what happened to Necros King, because in the trailer there's the Zarantulus, which is the spaceship the Necros use, but it can't. They said that the King was wide into the heart of it and it can't go anywhere without him, so unless they've done something to undo it, King's going to be in it as well. So this, as I said, I did judge it a bit, and I was honestly pleasantly surprised, and I loved this. And at least now Sarah Jane Adventures is finished, we have a good replacement for it. And it has done something since Russell T Davies did used to write Doctor Who. He's gone from what he did so well there in Sarah Jane Adventures into this. So you really do get a Doctor Who type stories in the format of Sarah Jane Adventures, so each story is split into 2 parts. And this is brilliant, because this is something you've never really done, like magic against aliens. I mean, Torchwood has done fairies, Doctor Who's done Robin Hood. So now Wizards vs. Aliens are doing Wizards and Aliens. And plus, it expands the universe, really, because these spin-offs expand the universe. And I'd like to think that the Necros exist in the Wizards vs. Aliens universe, the Sarah Jane Adventures universe, and the Doctor Who universe, because if Russell T Davies ever came back to write a story for Doctor Who, and he used the Necros, I think they could work in it, because the Doctor knows a whole lot more about the universe than he probably would know about Wizards. And that's practically what we learn about Wizards culture, grim magic, what's bad and what's good. And we learn about the Necros as well, so we learn each series and each episode a bit more about each side. And sometimes there's stories where you feel bad for the bad guys. I know that doesn't usually happen. So again, I'd recommend you check this out. That's why I'm doing a video on this, and exactly the same for Torchwood and Sarah Jane Adventures. All 3 of last week, this week, and next week. I recommend you really do check this out. Series 3 is starting on tomorrow. It's a feature-length episode, and Series 3 is also introducing a new alien species, so we're going to have the Necros and something else. And hopefully more magical creatures, like Hobgoblin, Hobbledehoy. I know that sounds weird. Trolls. So, check this out. Comment, subscribe. I will be doing, after Torchwood next week, I will be doing a Doctor Who Series 8 special, because that is the week where Series 8 finishes, which I will tell you my favourite and least favourite episodes. So make sure you tune into that. Next week I will be doing Torchwood, which is a more adult version of Doctor Who. Can Stay on Earth, but I'll tell you more about that next week. So from me, see you next time. Hope you enjoyed this video, and it's coming to that time of year again when I've got to narrow down my top 5 movies and top 5 worst movies of this year. So comment, subscribe, I'll see you next time, and if you don't know, my filming schedule now is Saturdays and Sundays, so hope you got that in mind. See you next time for Torchwood. Do 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 do.